Hello, in this particular video, I want to share with you the ingredients I use in making my poultry feed cheap. In fact, some of my feed is even 6,000 something, less than 50 cents. Let me show you some of my feed, because I make use of viable waste. Those ingredients people neglect, those feed raw materials that are not competitive and they are highly productive and nutritious. That is what I make use of to produce my own feed in my farm, and it's working well for me. Can't you watch my broilers, how fatty they are? They are growing well, and I am getting the result within a short period of time. Why not make use of it? Now let me give you breakdown of all these ingredients and what they contain that make them very useful for any poultry farmer to make use of in his farm to get the best results. Watch this video till the end if you want to get the best from it, because I'm going to give you all the raw materials one by one, their nutritional importance and their cost effectiveness in poultry feed. Number one, I make use of. That one is free. That one is cassava peel and cassava leaf. That is what I use as energy, as source of carbohydrate, and it also have little quantity of protein. Relax. Cassava peel, a fibrous ingredient providing bulk to the feed. It has around 70% carbohydrate, but it is very low in protein. The protein content is about 6%, but that protein content is richer than the cassava tuber itself. That cassava tuber which human beings eat contains less than 1%, whereas the peel contains 6% and above. The cassava leaf contains up to 15% crude protein. Can you imagine? This leaf people throw away after harvesting the cassava tuber. They dump it in the farm and the thing wither off and wind blow it off. Can see, I make use of them to drop the cost. This cassava peel is a byproduct that helps in agricultural reduction of poultry and livestock feed. And that one is wheat offal. Not the wheat itself. This is the offal, that is the waste from the wheat processing. What is the role? It is a byproduct from wheat milling, which serves as a source of fiber and protein. It has very good protein. The protein content of wheat offal is 13% and is rich in vitamins and minerals. It supports digestion and promotes a healthy microbiome. This makes it a viable product for poultry and livestock animals. Here, human beings eat the wheat. The offal is a waste. I make use of it and drop my cost of my feed, and at the same time reduce the cost of running the poultry business and maximize my profit. Approximately 13%, as I earlier said. Low cost alternative to other protein sources, which helps to reduce the feed expenses, because other products are very high, like the soya bean, groundnut cake, meal, they are very high, but this wheat offal is very cheap. And that one is distillers dry grain. Distillers dry grain is a waste. You'll be watching I will placing the pictures and the videos of each of them so that you see what I'm talking about. This distillers dry grain is a waste from these people that produce local gin, local drink, local organic drink they produce in some of these nook and crannies in the villages. The waste, just like chaff from that fermentation process, is what we call distillers dry grain. Very rich in protein, 30% crude protein. Can you imagine? A high energy ingredient derived from distillation process of grain and other grains like soya bean and like guinea corn, both white and millet and others. This is where they drive it. If you go there, they ferment it up to 3 to 4 days, then grind it and at the same time ferment it again for up to 3 to 5 days again. Use it and prepare their drink. This 30% is not something you can just throw away. It helps in improving the growth of my poultry birds. That's why I make use of them. And it's very cheap. A full bag of feed in my area here is 4,000 naira, which is a 100 kg bag. Which feed will you use to produce that will not drop with 30% crude protein? And that product here is palm kernel cake. Palm kernel cake is a byproduct of palm kernel oil and palm kernel cooking oil. Those people that make use of producing soap and others. The waste from that palm kernel is what we are talking about. There are two major types of it. We have the full fat and the normal one. The full fat is mostly those who are into pig rearing. If you're into pig rearing, that's what you make use of. Now, this palm kernel cake, this which we call PKC, is a very good source of protein. It has 16% crude protein, very high in fiber, which promotes digestive health of your poultry and livestock animal. That is why I make use of it. It is very cost effective, economical, and it reduces dependence on imported feed components. And that one is rice bran. You can see what I'm making use of. Don't worry. Rice bran is a waste from rice polish after processing rice. In my area, some people throw it away. If you go to all these rice producing zones, I know that it will be too abundant. It will be cheaper there. This outer layer of the rice grain is very nutritious and it adds ingredients to feed with over 12% crude protein and with omega-6 fatty acid. It is very good and rich in fat. If you are producing broiler feed, this is what you make use of. If you are rearing pig, buy the full fat PKC and give to your pig and see them burst. Now, it is very low alternative feed ingredients because it drops the cost to BRS minimum. A kilo here is about 140. I don't know in your own region. Please drop it on the comment section. The cost of all these raw materials in your own region, if you have them. And if you have them in your region, tell me also in the comment section also. And that one is corn offal. When the corn is polished, peel off, that's outer skin of it that looks like waterproof. The role of this particular one is to provide energy source and fiber in your feed. It contains about 10% protein and contribute to the energy content of the overall feed. You utilize this waste from corn processing, thereby reducing and lowering your feed cost and expenses in your farm and maximizing your profit. And that one is blood meal. If you go to slaughterhouse or abattoir, it's a waste. In my area, they even push the thing, they wash it off into the bush. It has it is the richest in protein source in all the feed raw materials. It has over 80% crude protein, depending on how you process it. The imported one is about 90% crude because they use industrialized equipment to process it. So this gives them the maximum protein content. It is rich in protein and it also have lysine. Lysine is one of the micronutrients that help the fast and quick growth of your poultry and livestock animals. It is cost effective and it allows us to make use of it in little quantity because of the high in protein content. It is low in fat, in short, zero fat. And that one is bone meal, bone and meat meal. It is also from the slaughterhouse or where they sell meat. There, they don't have value for it. If you price them well, they will just give it to you. You go and process it. If you want me to teach you how to process the bone, please drop it in the comment section. I will tell you how to process it. You don't just grind that bone as it is. There is a process it goes before you can now make use of it. If you want it, drop it in the comment section. Now, this bone and this meat and bone meal, when properly processed, have up to 50% crude protein and is essential mineral for bone development and strong shell in your egg producing birds. Utilize this byproduct, thus lowering feed cost and at the same time enhancing the nutrient density of your poultry. And that one is groundnut cake. They have used the oil, produce their cooking oil and the other oil they use, but this particular waste that looks like kuli kuli, this one they don't eat it, it doesn't have taste. This is the one we call groundnut cake meal, GNC. It has 37 to 40% crude protein and it offers essential fatty acid and energy. The cost effectiveness of this particular protein source is comparable to other feed ingredients because it is very high in fat and at the same time very high in protein. It can help you to reduce the cost of your feed. This is what I use and it works for me here. And that one is premise. This premise is a micronutrient. It's something you don't, it's very little, you add little quantity to enhance your feed. This one you buy it from the market. If you don't want to make use of it, you can use organic ones, like most of all this extract, all these spices, all this African nutmeg, all these ones can serve. Now, or garlic and ginger and the rest of them, and the bitter cola, they can serve as enhancer also, feed enhancer. This premise is very expensive anyway. A kilo is about 7,500 naira, which is equivalent to 50 cents. The other one is common salt. The salt is an essential hydration and metabolic property in feed. It provides sodium and chloride, vital for electrolyte balance and growth enhancer in poultry and livestock animals. Salt is not expensive. A kilo is about 800 naira, which is about half 50 cents also. It helps to drop the feed cost also. Another one is lysine and methionine. If you're using blood meal, the blood meal contains high lysine already. You can buy methionine and add. These are the ingredients I use to drop the cost of my feed. The lysine and methionine helps to boost the growth and weight of your poultry birds. They are very critical for protein synthesis. They are often limited in amino acid in poultry diet. They help to supplement amino acid and at the same time provide feed conversion rate, reducing overall feed costs. So by using all these available ingredients, waste like cassava peel, wheat offal, and other byproducts from agricultural processing allows me as a farmer to create a balanced, nutrient-dense feed for my chicken and my poultry and livestock animals, significantly lowering the cost and maximizing my profit. The proper formulation of poultry feed not only ensures optimal growth and productivity, but also promotes the efficient use of these available resources, making poultry farming more sustainable and lucrative for me. And it will also work for you if you can drop it on the comment section what you have among all these ones I listed for you. And if you want me to produce a very good feed formula for super starter, finisher, and grower for you, let me know on the comment section. I will do that. And in this particular channel, you can still be a member by choosing one of the perks and join. This will give you unlimited access to most of our videos and most of the things you enjoy from this particular platform. Thank you for watching this video till this level. Give it a thumb up, share it, let it reach more farmers that need this kind of video. And at the same time, if you are not subscribed by now, I don't know what you are waiting for. This is the right opportunity for you to subscribe because you get what you need in this particular platform. Bye.